Active and Safe Routes to School is a project of the Ecology Action Centre, and one of the projects that we have is school travel planning, and the idea of that is creating an active transportation plan for a school community. So we gather the community around the idea of getting kids to bike and walk to school more often.
It's good exercise and it's fun to be outside.
Well, we actually moved back from a big city to Halifax to live a walking lifestyle, and specifically bought a house to be close to a school that we could walk to, and the walking school bus just added another dimension to that, of a bit of a commitment to other people, so you always get yourself out the door even when it's really cold and rainy.
I walked to school every day growing up, and we used to live on Cedar Street and cut across the field, and it's a community thing too, because you'd meet your friends on the way, and back then I guess it is kind of your own walking school bus.
Walking to school helps me wake me up.
It's one of my favorite parts of the day, just kind of relaxing, walking to school, spending time with your child instead of kind of being very harried and jamming them into cars with food.
I like walking, I like being outside.
We're trying to get children active. We're seeing a rise in childhood obesity. 1 in 3 children in Nova Scotia is considered obese or overweight. When we surveyed parents, we discovered that almost 60% of them walk to school as children. And now we have less than 20% of children walking to school in Nova Scotia. The built environment is really important in terms of active travel to school. It is seen as a barrier by parents, and there are a lot of communities where there aren't sidewalks, where we don't have the infrastructure, but it doesn't have to be a huge barrier. We can work on small things like curb cuts and stop signs and traffic calming and reducing speed limits in school zones, which is something that we've been working on in Nova Scotia. When we surveyed parents, one of the biggest barriers they identified was they didn't want their children to walk alone. So the walking school bus is a great example of helping to remove that barrier. It's safety in numbers, it's supervision, it's also a way for the kids to get together and have fun and walk to school together.